Hi everyone. The tip of the week that I'm going to give you is how I've been rigging up my drop shot. It's very important that you do these certain things on a drop shot or your hookup ratio is not very good. The number one thing is it doesn't matter what side you thread it on, but you want to tie the hook with a Palomar knot. I don't know if you can see this, but what I'm just tying a regular Palomar knot. And I'll show you what the key thing to the drop shot setup is. And it's very, very important that you do this, and you don't have to set the hook as hard, and you won't lose as many fish. Okay, so this is the top of it. Here's my swivel. I put a really tiny swivel on there. That just helps with the line twist. And then there's my hook with a Palomar knot. You see how it's facing down? Can you see that? The hook's facing straight down. You don't want that. So you'll take your tag in that the weight's going to go on, turn your hook facing up like this. Put the tag in back through the eye of the hook while it's facing up and pull it straight down. What this does is it allows that hook to stand straight up, facing upward every time, no matter what. So not only does the hook, instead of being downward, it's facing upward. So all you got to do is lift straight up, and that circle hook will do the rest. It'll bury into the top of that fish's mouth every time. I don't know if you can see that, but you always want it facing up. And the other key to it is I don't have a real long tag. 6 to 12 inches. 12 inches is the most, and the only time I put 12 inches is when I'm fishing out in deep water and I don't want the weight to interfere with my lure working. But if I'm throwing it out and casting it and letting it hit the bottom and dragging it, I want it 6 inches from the bottom. 8, 6, but I like 6 inches. That's been the optimal spot for me to have my bait and catch them. And the other thing is, these rubble worms, they have a salty bottom on them. They got salt in them. You want that facing downward. And all you want to do on that drop shot is just barely hook the nose of it. You're going to lose a lot of baits, but it's usually on a fish. You're going to catch the fish, but you just want nose hook, and that gives it action. So it's got all the action. These float. It'll sit just like that in the water, and every time you move it, it'll have that ripple effect. And all you got to do is barely twitch your rod, and that worm, has a lot of action. But the weight I use, I make my own little setup. But it's just a drop shot weight. And that's it. That's my setup. That's my drop shot. Just remember, guys, the key of it is to put the tag in through the top of the eye of the hook, and it'll stand straight out. You see how that stands up? See how it picks that bait up? It stands it straight up every time. I hope that helps you catch a lot of fish. Let us know how you do. We'd like to see. And thanks for watching.